For today's Pilates workout, we will be using the long, flat resistance band. The band I'm using is between about 4 and 5 feet long enough for me to pull it across my chest, lengthen it, put it across my feet, and still have a little bit of length in the band. Today we'll focus especially on some of the upper core muscles. Core muscles run through the shoulder joint and the hip joint, and we'll work on a lot of posturing muscles today. The muscles contract in 3 different ways. They contract as you're moving, but they also contract when you release the movement. And then they also hold still when they contract. We'll be working with all of those. We want to put a lot of focus on our pelvic triangle and then our upper back triangle as we work throughout all of these resistance band combinations today. Hold the resistance band about 1 foot apart. Stand in your stance with your feet just about hip distance apart. And again, visualize the pelvic triangle, really engaging that center at all times. Take the band as you hold it tight and roll those shoulders up and back, warming the joints through the shoulders, up and back. And take that one more time. Now, keeping the band tight in your hand, raise it up over your head. Feel the pelvic triangle. Tighten up and bring it back forward. And raise it up over the head, reminding you of the Pilates principles. Control. And not only will we control our bodies today, but we will be controlling our pieces of equipment. We've got that center always engaged, concentrating on each move that you do with that fluid, flowing motion. Even noticing the little details of how you hold your feet, how you hold your head, how you hold your neck, and incorporating your breathing. This time, take it up and gently pull it behind the back of your head. Just very gently test the band and come back up and bring it forward. You never want to have any slack in your band, so even when you're holding it and not necessarily pulling on it, it still is tight. Just warming the shoulders, being very gentle as you pull, and then carefully release and bring it back forward. And take that one more time, all the way up, gently pull, and bring it in front and around. Pull your heels together in that Pilates position, and again, suck in the center, pull your shoulders back, bring the band right in front of your chest. Pull across the chest, engaging the back. Bring it forward and release down. The contraction of the muscles as you pull, very active, but also the muscle contraction as you release and bring it down. Take it up and engage, pull, and forward, and down. And one more time, take it up and pull it across. Adding a balance challenge on the next one, lift your heels off the floor, engage. Open across the chest, release carefully, and release down. Pull up, pull it right across the chest. Release carefully, and release down. 2 more times as you engage, lift, find the balance, and forward, and down. And 1 more time, lift, pull it across the chest, squeeze, release carefully, and come down. Leave the heels on the floor, lift the hands all the way up above your head. Pull the shoulders down and back, belly button in. Pull it across the front of your chest, and then carefully release the band up. The contraction here, and the contraction here. And you have a contraction in your legs and your pelvis that is the kind of muscle contraction that is holding and stabilizing. On the next one, lift the heels, pull across the chest, float the band up, heels down. Pull across the chest, heels up, and then release on the down. Pull across the chest, and release. And 1 more, feeling that little pause at the bottom of the move, and then release. Keep the band above your head. Pull to the right side, and come back up. And pull again to the side, and come back up. You'll notice now the top hand is holding a contraction, almost sometimes working harder than the moving arm. On the next one, pull down, hold. Tip your body into a side tilt, feeling that big stretch in the obliques. Anchoring the top hand, bottom hand bends, pulls, releases, and pulls. Moving the contraction into the tricep muscle, holding that contraction in the top arm. The legs are contracting in the waistline, contracting a little faster on the pull, push, pull, push, pull, push, and 1 more time, pull, push. Gently bring it all the way up. And take it over to the opposite direction. Bring it back up. Anchoring the top arm and moving the opposite. And again, pull And carefully release, control the band. This time pull, hold, and tilt your body into a big side tilt. Bend your bottom arm, push down. Control the band on the up, push actively on the down. Carefully pull up and release down. And again, feeling the contraction in the top arm also. A little faster on the pull, push. And the pull, push. And the pull, push. And one more tricep press. Bring the band all the way up. Release the band and your hands and relax your feet. Turn your toes forward. Holding the band tight, pull it across the head, right up above your head. Not pulling it down on the head, but just holding it so it's tight. Take the right foot and put it out to the side. Now the side of the hip is aiming to the side, so if I were to lift my leg, I'd lift from the side of the hip rather than the front of the quadricep. So pay attention to that little detail. Take it and bend to the side and pull up. Just keeping the band tight, using it to enhance that stretch. Go over to the side again. Now most of your weight should be on your standing leg. As on the next one, we start to pull that leg up, off, aiming the elbow towards the side of the hip and come back down. And pull into the oblique and come back down. Pull again and come back down. And really finding that flow as we pick up the tempo to a little faster pull and pull and pull. And one more time, pull. Bring the arms down, relax. Hands, shoulders, roll them back. Take the opposite leg out to the side, aim the knee and the toe forward, hip bones to the front, pull the band over your head. Pull to a side tilt, come back up. Pull over to a side tilt, and come back up. Go for the range of motion. Go a little further, little bigger stretch, come back up. Now as we get ready to lift that leg, lifting from the side of the hip, pull, find the balance, and come back down. Pull, find balance, come back down. The knee is aiming forward, so the side of the hip lifts the leg. And one more time, keeping the flow, pick up a little more speed. Pull up, release, pull up, release. Two more. Pull, release. One more time. Pull, release, bring the arms down, relax your hands, legs and feet, roll the shoulders back. Taking the feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Taking the band, holding it maybe a foot, maybe a little more than a foot apart. And then soften your knees and aim your head forward. So in this position, the body and the back are straight. So if you see me from the side, no curves or roundedness, but a very straight spine all the way from the top of the head to the tailbone with a little softness in the knees. The band right underneath your chest, chin up. Pull the band across the chest, working the back of the shoulders, release down. Pull up. This is where you want a good support system of the abdominals into the back, hips behind, tailbone pushing out, top of the head pushing forward. Pull it across and carefully release. Pick up the tempo 8 times. Pull. Pay attention to the release down. So it never comes all the way down. It never snaps the band. 4 more. Pull. 3, 2, and one more time to pull. Gently pull it all the way up. Relax the shoulders, the hands, the feet. Bring the feet back in close together. Take the band now and place it underneath one foot. As you pull the band up underneath your foot, creating a machine with our band and our body, our pulley system, and our anchor. Stabilize your leg, bring the elbows into the side of the body, and test the band in a bicep curl. Making sure that you do have movement, that the band moves, but there's a little bit of a challenge there. Now this is where that pelvic triangle is going to come in real handy with your balance. Elbows in, and pull your bicep curl up, release down. Notice I'm not completely releasing because I want that band to feel tight at all times, using a contraction on the up, but also a contraction on the down, and then a stable contraction in the leg and the pelvis. Little pulses up, 3, 2, 1. Contracting that muscle, 3 little tiny contractions and release. Pulse up, 3, 2, 1, and take that again. Pulse up, 3, 2, and 1. Place the band, both ends, in the opposite hand as the foot that you have elevated. Hand at the side, elbow high. pulling across and back into the back of the shoulder. Try not to put your foot down in between, so challenging the balance. Using that back shoulder to pull the elbow back and stabilize your leg. 3 little contractions pulling back, once, twice, 3 times. Take it again, pulls back 3, 2, and 1. Pulls back 3, 2, and 1 more time. Pulls back 3, 2, and 1. Release your foot down, relax your hands. Place the band on your opposite foot. Once it's around, right in the middle, stand up, lift the knee, and find your balance before anything else, so engaging the center. Bring the elbows in, test the band, make sure that there is a nice grip on the band for a bicep curl, and then begin the bicep curl, focusing on balance, stability, fluid motion, beautiful control, concentration, contraction on the up, contraction on the down, and stable contraction through the leg and pelvis. 3 contractions on the up, 3, 2, 1, release. And again, notice I'm not bringing the band completely down because the band needs to stay tight at all times without any slack in it. 1 more time. Good. Now place the ends of the band in your opposite hand with your hand down at your side and your elbow lifting up. Pull back and across. And again, trying to do this without putting the foot down. So even the transitions from move to move are part of the Pilates workout today. And as you pull back with that elbow, it challenges the opposite side of the body that's trying to hold still. Okay, 3 little contractions pulling back. 3, 2, and 1. Pulls back for 3, 2, and 1. 2 more times. Pulls back 3, 2, and 1 more time. Pulls back for 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot down. Take the band off your foot, put it back on the other foot. And as you bring your knee up, find your balance on your stable leg. 1 end in each hand, using the band to help your leg, where if your leg is usually pretty heavy, to hold this without the band would be difficult. So use the band to help you on this one. Extend and lengthen your leg into a stretch forward. Bend and pull into your chest. Trying to get the leg a little higher than you would if the band was not there to help. Feel the extension and the length, and pull in, and again, lengthen. On this next one, lengthen the stretch forward as you strengthen with the lengthening leg. Now put the ends of your band in your opposite hand and take your other hand behind your hip. Now this is this example of a contraction that's not moving, a holding contraction. Pull that elbow a little further back, opening the chest. Turn your head to the side. Reach your hand that's on your hip to the back wall. Feel the oppositional pull from the front foot to the back hand. Engage your center and contract the muscles of your legs. Hold it. Bring the hand back to your hip, your head back to the front, bend your knee, foot down. Nice. Place the band now under the opposite foot. Stabilize your standing leg and pull your knee up, centering, and then extending the foot forward, stretch, bend and pull in. Forward stretch, lengthening to strengthen. And push out. And pull in. And more importantly, really challenging your balance. On this next one, extend the leg, lengthen, hold. Place the ends of the band in your opposite hand to elevate your leg. Put your other hand on your back, hip, open up your shoulder. Contract your leg muscles in your center and turn your head to the side, which is the hardest part. Reach your back hand to the back wall. Feel the oppositional pull with the front foot one direction, the hand to the other, contracting muscles without moving. Continue to breathe. Bring the hand back to the hip. Turn your head forward. Bend your knee and relax your leg. Nice job. Okay, from this one, place your hand or your band now underneath your front foot. Once you've got that band underneath your front foot, bring the knee up into a balanced position. And extend your hands out to the side, feeling a contraction in your shoulders and your back. From here, step back. As you go into a lunge, go into a bicep curl, control the band. Slowly release down, stand up, knee in, arms out. Start slowly, find the control as you go from one move through the middle to the next move. Pull in carefully, pull down, lift up. Trying to increase a little bit of pace here as you step back, pull in, open, pull in, down, pull in, and up. This is where concentration, the principle of concentration, is really important. Sometimes finding a focus point on the floor. And as you come up, start to extend the leg a little longer into a kick, back to the lunge, up into the kick, pull in, into the lunge, into the kick. Really feeling a lot of this work in the hip on the stable leg. On this one, hold. Bring the knee in, little change. Kick back, bringing the hands to a bicep curl. Pull in, kick forward, shifting the chest and the weight as you control the band and the movement, and pull in. Rather than going faster, go for a longer stretch. Try to get that back leg straight. Pull in, one more time. Extend, pull in, kick back, and pull in. Relax that leg. A lot of work on that standing leg. Position the band onto the opposite foot. That will be your front foot. Once it's around your foot, pull the knee in. Remember to breathe as you go through these moves. Some of these moves are very, very challenging. Take the arms out to the side. As you bring your arms down, step back into a lunge, curl the band. Pull in, out, pull in, step back, pull in. Control the band from one move to the next. And lift, and lunge, and lift, and lunge. Let's start to add a forward kick. Pull in and lunge. Find that flow. Pull in, step back. Pull it again, kick, pull in, and one more time. And pull in and hold your balance. Shifting the chest forward. Leg kicks back, arms come up to a bicep curl. Pull into the middle. Open the arms, kick forward. Pull in, shift the weight. Kick back, lengthen the leg. Pull in, kick forward. Pull in, extend. Pull in, kick forward. One more time. Pull in, kick back. Pull in, kick forward. Float the leg down, relax arms, and especially that stable hip. Place the band in the hand and raise it above your head. Take the opposite hand behind you. Now as you anchor with the bottom hand behind your back, the top hand moves, bottom hand anchors down. So I want to test it. I want to make sure there's enough band that it moves up and down, but there's a little bit of a challenge in the back side of my arm as I pull up and down. So you make any band feel harder or easier by the way you hold it. Once you anchor it, pop the foot on the side that you're holding on the top. Push up and down. We're going to do a whole bunch of these tricep extensions, but we'll challenge movement of the legs as we go. The foot will now tap out, tap in, tap out, tap in, and that arm is constant, up and down. One more. The next challenge, tap your toe out, but pull your knee up. Push up, in. Push out, in, and push out. The next challenge on the foot going out, don't touch. Pull in. Don't touch, pull in. Don't touch, pull in. One more. The The next one I think is the most challenging. Hang the leg out to the side, just your arm moves. Just your arm moves. Careful not to tilt over to the side, but stand right up on top of that stable leg. Now the last 4, kick your leg up, don't touch, higher, lower, higher, lower. One more time, higher, lower. Bring it in, relax your hands. Put it in the opposite hand high, the other hand comes back and around. Take the heel, pop it, and then just test it for a second. Is it enough? Is there enough resistance? It's challenging. And is it moving? Now lift up and down and up and down. 2 more up. And then moving the leg out and in. Touch out when the hand is up, in when it's down. Out and in, out and in and out. The next one brings the knee up through the middle, taking away one of the balance points. Nice posture, tall through the head, out and in. Don't touch the foot. Pull in. Don't touch the foot. Feeling that long extension through the arm and the posture tall. This time leave the leg out to the side, just the arm. Try not to touch down with the toe. Find the balance in the center. Last 4, kick that leg side, release, side, release, side, release. One more time, side, release, and relax your hands and leg. Take the band now, pull it up underneath your arms. So it's right across the middle of your back. Then lift your arms up, choose which leg you want to start with, and put it behind you. Pulling the pelvis forward and upward through the belly button, and most of your weight on your front leg. As you push forward, you'll feel the resistance. We've been working a lot of muscles in the upper back, oppositionally now pushing the muscles of the chest and the front of the shoulder. Just like you did with that tricep. When the arms come in, so does the leg. So you feel this nice stretch, pull in, and stretch, pull in, and stretch, pull in. The next one pulls the knee forward, and strong, pull in, and strong, pull in, and push out, pull in. Now don't touch the back toe. Feel a great stretch through that back foot. Pull in, lengthen, pull in, and again. On the next one, keep the legs straight. Just release the arms. Legs straight. Pull up through that center core. Pull up and in. On the next one, little change. Reach forward. Kick the leg high, open the arms. Bring the arms forward, leg down. Bring the knee in, release the arms. Push forward. Open up. Forward. Pull in. Push forward. Open. Forward. Pull in. Push forward. Open. Forward in. One more time. Push forward. Open. Forward. Pull in. Keep the band behind your back. Release the leg. As you step on the opposite foot, find a natural stance for that foot. Whether you're a little more rotated or inward, doesn't matter, just so you're comfortable, and take the foot behind you. As you lift the elbows, pull your pelvis forward and up. And this time as you push forward, more of a circle around the outside edges, pull back and around. Pull forward and around, and back and around. Little circle around, pull in, and again. Moving the back leg. So as it's forward, the leg is back. As it comes in, the leg comes in. Push around, and pull in, and push around. Pull in, and push around. This next one, as it comes forward, the knee comes forward, taking away that little balance check. Touch the toe, pull in, touch the toe, pull in, and again. Taking away the back balance check, push out, pull in. Reach the foot back, pull in. Reach back, pull in. One more. This time leave the leg behind you, just the arms move. Stable and strong. Push around the side, pull in. 2 more. And one more time. Now a little change. Push forward with the leg, arms, leg back. Lift the leg higher, open. Close, bend, pull in. Extend, lengthen, open. Lower, pull in. 2 more. Push, open, forward, pull in, last one. Push, lift, forward, relax. Take some weight off that hip, move it around, shift it around. Bring the band down now and place it underneath both of your feet. Depending on the weight or the size of your band, and even the length of your legs and your arms, you may need to step wider or closer together depending on what you need out of this next move. Rather than thinking about the end position, which is going to be a bicep curl and a tricep extension, think about how you go from the position to the position. So the journey between and keeping the band tight as you go through it. Stand up tall. Engage the arms as you pull into a bicep curl. Very tall posture. Belly button comes in, softens knees, head goes forward, hips go back, and the arms press back into a tricep extension. Pull in through the middle. Engage, stand up. Push downward, backwards, head forward, hips back. Pull in and lift. And release carefully, slowly, feeling contraction in the muscles until you get to this point that changes. Pull in and lift up. Push down, push back, pull in, lift up, take it down, push back, pull in. So part of our Pilates workout here is the centering, how we get from here to there. And one more time, pull in, and then push back. Come back to center, cross the band in the middle, and hold it with each hand. And you may need to change the position of your feet depending on the tightness of your band or even the length of your band or legs and arms. Thumbs come in. Pelvic triangle is engaged, but so is the upper back triangle. Pull the elbows up, turn the palms out into a bicep curl. Come down, turn the thumbs in. Pull out and up and down and in. Bicep muscle does run up through the shoulder joint, so it is part of our core muscles. But again, there's so many other things happening here. The belly in, the legs nice and tight, your posture strong through your spine, and the journey to control the band from here to the middle, to the middle, to the up, adding a little bit of speed. Never releasing the band quickly, but taking that control. It's kind of like resisting the fall or resisting the snap of the band. One more time. And release. Keep the band crossed, thumbs in. Tall posture. Pull up into your chest. Squeeze back into that backwards triangle. Pull forward. Release carefully down without letting it pull on you. Pull up. Careful here now not to release the rib cage. If we release the ribs forward, we release belly. So belly in, rib cage pulled in, interlocked. Pull up, pull back, pull forward. Pull up, pull back, pull forward. Pull up, pull back, pull forward. Notice we're stopping at each place. Now make it smooth. Pull back, pull forward. Squeeze back, pull forward. The stronger your center core is, the stronger your move becomes. And release. Uncross the band. One more standing exercise, and then we'll go down to a seated position. Choose a foot to start with. Whichever foot you start with, the inside of the band, closest to the middle of your body, needs to be a little bit longer than the outside band. Standing on your stable leg, and the foot that has the band around it holds out to the side. Be really careful not to lean to the side, but stand right up over the top of your leg. With the band inside that's a little bit longer, put it at your hip bone, and then aim forward diagonal using the back of your shoulder, pull back in. Positioning your leg with the band around it, creating a pulley system as if you were working with a machine being made by your own body and your resistance tool. From here, pull up a little faster, careful on the down. Feel a sensation of floating down. Pull up, float down, pull up, float down. Let's do two more. Pull up, float down, last one. Keep the band around your foot, just release it down, releases the standing hip. Both ends of the band in each hand, so it's secure and tight. Shift back over onto your leg and hang the other one out to the side, pull up. Little tiny circles, and notice as you start to circle that leg, you're feeling it more in the leg that's not moving. The movement really challenging. Now reverse it, and every time you come around, a little pause, around, little pause, out and around, little pause, and around. Now one circle forward, stop the momentum. Circle back. The stopping of the momentum is almost the most challenging part. Last one. And release the foot down. Open up the band, making sure the inside band is still a little bit longer on that side than the out one. Take it to the side foot. Hang the leg out to the side. Focusing on the top of the shoulder, swinging open and out to the side rather than diagonally forward. Swing down, open to the side, float the band back down. Pull up and out, and back in. And one more time. Creating a little more speed. Picking up the speed, 4 more. A little faster, float down. 2 more. And finish 1 more. Set the foot down to release the hip. And we've done some bicep curls forward. We've done some bicep curls on the outward position. This will be on an inward position. Pelvic muscles still stay forward without twisting or shifting. The band comes up. The foot does stay down, but the heel is elevated. Pull across to the shoulder without twisting the hips, pelvis, or waistline. Feel that little pull, pause, contract, release slowly without letting it fall down. Now we're going to add a little twist back as we rotate from the waist, not the hips, as if you're pulling that band across and over your shoulder. Again, some of the trickiest work is coming out of the move right there. Pull. Pull really slow. 2 more. Pull really slow. Last one. Pull really slow. Take the band off that foot. Let's repeat everything you just did on the other foot. Place it on the foot and the inside band longer than the outside band. As you shift your weight over into your leg, take the leg and hang it out to the side without tilting to the side. Place your hand to your hip bone. Forward, diagonal, and up, using the back of the shoulder, come down slow. Pull up and out, and come down slow. And pull up and out, and come down slow, and pull up and out. Picking up the tempo. Pull up and cross. Pull up across. Pull up across. Take it again. We'll do 2 more to be equal on each side. 1 more time. Pull across and step the foot down. Shift your weight. Put both ends in both hands to secure the resistance. Shift over into your stable leg and lift this leg out to the side. This is one where you want to be real stable in your center. Little circles, forward leg. They're not real big. Stop. Forward. Pause. Forward. And again. Now stop the momentum. Take it to the other side. Later on in the workout, we will do this movement again while we're lying on our side. You'll feel it more in your moving leg. And now, reverse. 1 circle forward, stop. Where when we're standing on this leg, all the work is being right there in that stable hip. 1 more time. And step down. Reposition the hands. Inside, longer than the outside. Shift over into your leg and put your other leg out to the side as an anchor. Swinging under and up, focusing on the top of your shoulder, right into the cap of the shoulder as you swing under and float down. Swing under, float down, and again. Adding a little speed to the last 4. Pull, float. Pull, float. Pull, float. 1 more time. Pull up and float down. Step down. Release the leg. Going into our bicep curls on an angle. Make the band feel tight. Keep the foot down but the heel elevated. Pull across to the shoulder without twisting the pelvis or the waist. So very focused, concentrating on those details of the position of your body. Floating down without letting the band pull fast or collapse. Now add rotation as you're pulling, and the rotation again is coming from the waist, not the hips. Pull. Pull, float down. Pull carefully on the down. 2 more. Pull, and 1 more time. Release the foot, release the band, taking you down to a seated position now. Down now to a seated position, place the band underneath both feet. Now when we use a piece of equipment in Pilates, and we're trying to mimic some of the work we do with the machines, with a mat and a piece of device, sometimes it changes the workout, sometimes it enhances the workout, makes it harder, sometimes it helps And sometimes it just changes the dynamics and puts the work in different places. You'll find that with the band on these next moves. Soften your knees. Place the band around your feet and pull it in tight. Now you're not doing a bicep curl, but you are holding a bicep contraction steady to keep the band tight around your legs. Without contracting shoulders, open the shoulders and contract the belly button into the back. So as I pull that in, it's hard to even see that. It's just really a tight bracing. Start to lower a little bit further back, a little further back. And as you lower further back, aim your low back towards the floor or the mat. Once you have the low back, this would be a very tricky position to be in without the band helping you. So my arms are contracted. Notice my head is lifted, my shoulders are off, and my upper back is off, but I'm feeling my low back. With a lot of control, because the band will want to pull you up, engage the tummy, and then come up slowly using the muscles of the tummy. I'm not going to come up all the way, but I'm going to go down all the way. Come up slow control, keeping the band tight at all times, and go down with control. Really trying to visualize the work being done in the abdominals and not just the arms and not with just the band. And again, picking up the tempo of this move, but staying a little lower to the ground. So it's maybe halfway up, come back to the, coming up about halfway, coming back down. Breathing on each move. Take it again. Now staying really, really low and moves really, really small. Contract, release. Contract, tummy, release. Careful not to rely just on the band to bring you up, but really feeling the deep abdominal wall. 3 more. Contract, release. 2 more. Contract, release. 1 more time. The band will help you come all the way up and relax your hands and your arms. Keeping the band around your feet. Soften your knees. Bring the elbows into your side. Shoulders back. Belly button in, come down only about halfway this time. With the elbows in, test the band resistance and do a little bicep curl. And with that same hold, a high V with your pinkies up high. Now stop for a second, and if the band needs to be tighter or looser, fix the hand grip, bringing the elbows in. Now the contraction that's holding is my tummy. Pelvic tilt into a C curve. Feel the contraction, but notice your legs are pretty relaxed here, where without the band they would be pretty tight. Elbows in, 4 bicep curls. 1. So we have moving contraction in biceps, a little release contraction. Now a high V 4 times, but a constant, steady contraction in the abdominals. That's the contraction that's not moving. Bring the elbows in and do 2 bicep curls. Once, twice, 2 high Vs. Once, belly in, hips under, 1 bicep curl, 1 high V, 1 more time, bicep in, and a high V. Let the band pull you up, that abdominal area in the center being your support system. This time soften the knees, shoulders back, belly in, come down halfway, and bring the band underneath your chin. So the band, you may have to let go of some of the slack so that it can be pulled tight underneath your chin. Belly in, legs relaxed, twist to one side, then back to middle. Twist to the opposite side. Come back to middle. Twist, center, twist, center. Keeping the band tight, twist. This time open the arms. Bring them underneath the chin. Come back to center. Twist the opposite way. Open the arms, nice and tight. Control, pull in, and center a little faster. Twist, open, chin, center, twist, open, chin, center, twist, open, chin to center, twist, open. Little change on the next one, open as you twist, close as you center, open as you twist, close as you center, open, hold, keep the arms open, twist, twist, twist. A lot of work in that back shoulder area, and take it 1 more time to each side. Finish, pull yourself up, take the band off your foot, relax your hands. Soften the knees, place the band in your hands, maybe a foot apart, maybe a little more depending on your band. And belly button pulls in, C curves the spine back, shoulders roll back into place. This time take your tiptoes to the floor, bringing your knees a little closer together, your feet a little closer to you. With the band now being the target for your shins, pull up, touch the target, touch the toes. The stabilization's happening in the arms, and even though I'm not pulling the band tight across my chest, I feel that in the back of my shoulders. Keep the toes down, and this time move the arms up and down. Pull forward. Keeping slack out of the band just to hold it tight. As the band goes up, the next one you'll take your toes off too, and feel free to go as tall as you can with the toes, as high as they can be, and pull in. Tiptoes. Changing the arms across the chest as you kick your legs. Good posture right there gives you actually better balance than when the arms are forward. Push out, pull in, one more. Make it a good one right there. And release, come down, relax. Taking you to a side hip. Whichever hip you go to, the band needs to be on the opposite foot. So if I roll to my right hip, the band's on my left foot, pretty close to the middle of the band. Rolling onto your hip, tuck your bottom knee underneath you. Come down onto an elbow and extend your leg with the band nice and tight. Let's focus on positioning first before movement. You have to be aware of your neck and your shoulder. So it's part of the workout, the posturing. So lift and be strong through your torso. The band is pulled tight and actually held with both hands for resistance, but also control. Look at the pelvis. Tendencies to roll back a little. Get right up onto your bottom hip and bring your top hip right over the top of it. Once there, neck is long, posture strong, you're on your hip. Take the foot and lift up and down. Now I mentioned this when we were standing, that we would do these moves and the leg circles again. And when you were standing, you were feeling it on your bottom leg, your stable leg. Now that's tucked under and it's the top leg, the moving leg that you will feel it, so it changes it. Take the circle small, forward, around, stop. Do it again. Forward, around, and stop. Trying to get rid of the wobbles, and then be strong in the center and your posture. Reverse the circle direction, taking 4 circles around to the back. Pull it around. I like to really feel things from the inside out, so I'm noticing even some back. This time, forward circle, stop. Backward circle, stop. Forward circle, feel it right there in that hip and waistline. Hold here. Big circle, forward, up, around, and back. The hip socket is an interesting joint. It moves forward, back in flexion and extension, out and in abduction, adduction, and then circular and circumduction. Reverse the circle. This is good, healthy movement for the hip. If you don't use it, you lose that rotation or that movement. Use your band to help you. Get that range of motion big. One more time. Come back to the center, hold, reposition your upper body. Swing a forward flexion. Swing back as far as you can to an extension. Forward flexion, back extension. Forward flexion, back extension. And one more time forward, one more time back. This next move is like a rainbow. It comes up over the top using the band to help the rotation. Come up and the range of motion. Come up again and start to increase the speed. Lift, lift, and one more. Lift and pull. Relax the foot, bend your knee, take the band off your foot. Come up onto your hip, same side, and hold the band tight with your bottom hand. You'll be holding it in your hand, but also using that arm for stability. The other band end pulls across the chest tight as you lift your hips. I'm going to give you some choices here. You can stay just like this on your 2 knees. You will be releasing the band forward and then pulling back tight across the chest. You have the option of 1 knee, 2 knees, or 2 feet. Waistline up, release forward, pull across the chest. Release forward, pull across the chest. Waistline stability. Movement through the upper body, challenging the pelvis and the waistline. Take this one more time on this side. Release forward, pull back, bend your knees, come in, and relax. Changing to the opposite side. As you roll over onto your hip, put the band on the opposite foot as the hip that you're lying on. Tuck the bottom leg under. Come down onto your elbow. Think about your neck and your posture being strong so that you don't hurt yourself or pinch the nerves through your neck. Tuck the bottom leg under, extend your top leg, pull the band tight. Put it in both hands. Look at where your hip is on top. Get it right over the top, which is a big difference than if you're letting it fall back. Pull up over the top. With the band tight, your posture's strong. Abduction, adduction, abduction, adduction, a side leg lift. Part of the way that the hip moves. So again, very healthy to move the hip socket in a lot of different ways so you don't lose that range of motion. And one more. Forward circle, small. Stop at the bottom and do it again. 4 circles to the front position, feeling the circumduction or the circular motion of the pelvis. Reverse, back. And in Pilates, what's beautiful about Pilates is you're working so many other muscles also. Now 1 circle forward, stop momentum, 1 circle back. I'm feeling my shoulder on the bottom arm. My pelvis as I try to really stabilize and get rid of wobbles. One more time. Huge circle, forward, up, around to the back and center. Forward, up, and again, you can use your band, help your leg. Big circumduction, but not a lot of sloppiness through the middle. Now center back, all the way up over the top. Back, up over the top. Swing back, up and around. And one more time. And hold. Forward flexion, leg kicks forward. Swing back extension. Forward. So I start to feel deeper into the glutes and even into the low back on the extension. Forward scoops up. Back extension. One more time. And back extension. Hold. Like a rainbow. Arch up. Use your band. Pull it to the front. Lift up. Use your band to pull to the back. Lift. Pull to the front. One more time. Lift. Pull to the back. Bring the knee in. Relax your hip. Sit up. Take the band off your foot. Take the band across your chest. Hold it in your bottom hand tight. And then place your weight on that hand. Bring your knees together. And as you pull up with your hip using the waistline or oblique muscle, pull across your chest. So the band is tight. Remember, we'll be releasing and pulling tight. You have the option of 2 knees, 1 knee, or 2 feet, whichever works best for you. Curve forward, pull tight across the chest. Curve forward, pull across the chest, pull, across, release, across, one more time. Release, pull across, bend your knees, come in, relax your hands. We'll finish today on our back. As you come down onto your back with your feet connected to the floor, knees bent, come down. Taking 2 more moves with the band, and then I'll finish with a series of 5 abdominal series with no band at all. But if you visualize the hundreds, which is our traditional pumping of our hands, stabilizing core, taking a variation of that with the band. Take the band and place it across the shin bones. Once it's across the shin bones, you pull with the hands tight across. Now look at the position of my knees to my chest. If I pump here, I'm not going to feel much. So I need to elevate my toes and then push my toes forward. So if I feel my knees go right down to my hip bones rather than to my chest or my ribs, that's where I want the placement. And as soon as I do that, I start to notice that low tummy engages into the low back. That's going to give me more resistance against the band and a lot more work in the center. So again, keep the feet up and forward with the knees right over the hip bones pulling into the center. Keep the band tight, and this time lift your head. If I leave my eyes up to the ceiling, my neck's going to be really tight. So I want to pull my eyes down to my belly button and try to get the tension out of my neck. Now that I'm ready to go, this is a contraction in the middle that's holding. And then our movement contraction with our hands isn't the hard part. It's trying to challenge the contraction in the tummy. So if you're not feeling that, try to elevate your shoulders a little more, chin down a little more, toes a little more forward, and a little faster pumping with the hands. Take some deep breaths in through the nose, and then exhale out the mouth. In through the nose, constantly trying to lift the shoulders and upper back. Exhale out the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One last set, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Relax down. Place the band underneath the feet. Final move with the band, then we'll just place it to the side and do a series of 5 to finish today. This is the teaser. Teasers are the V-sits as we come up to tailbone. Typically the legs challenge us because they're heavy. Your band's going to help you on this teaser. You may be able to get into a teaser that's bigger than you've ever gone to before. So where's the challenge? Going from one move to the other. So you're down on the ground, start to roll up into your tailbone. As you come up right there through that little sticky spot, extend the legs, use the band to help. Lift the pinkies up into that high V, and notice your legs now feel very light, so it's a different type of work. Then engage into the middle, and without crashing down, control coming back in. Push forward with your feet, up with your feet, use your band to get you into your teaser. Pull in and come down. Think of that upper back triangle as you engage your belly triangle, and then your upper back triangle with beautiful posture, come back down. Take a good breath right here as you come up. Hold and pull in. Find that really good stretch. On this next one, stay up into that elevated position. Feel how your legs can go as long as they can. Arms up. Push down with your feet, up with your feet. Create that machine of the pulley system using your arms, your legs, your center in the middle. And push down in that control of movement. More work in the arms here on the teaser than in the legs. Take it one more time, push down, pull in, release, and you are almost done. Take the band off the feet. Every Pilates class I teach, I will always incorporate a series of 5. Whether we use equipment or not, or intermingle it within the workout, that is my tradition to the Pilates method. Very simple, we won't do very many, so make each one count. Quality over quantity. Hands go on the legs, chest lifts up, cinch up your belt line to get your shoulders elevated, shin comes forward to relax your neck. Double leg stretch, extend the arms and the legs apart in a long stretch, pull in, grab the legs, pull up. Inhale on one move, exhale on the other. Some Pilates teachers are really specific on where that should be. I tend to find it should be more natural, and that's up to you. And pull in. Stay elevated in your shoulders. Extend one leg out. Do not let the bottom foot touch the floor. Pull yourself into a higher position. Drop the chin. Keep the shoulders up. Engage the center. Switch legs. And switch. So it's about holding the contraction right there in the middle. Adding movement to challenge the contraction and the little details of the neck, the head, the shoulders. Take it one more time. Whichever leg you have in your hand, extend up. Cinch up the belt, lift, so you really feel that tightness around the whole waist. Switch legs. Inhale with one move, exhale with another. So you keep your rhythmic breathing, but it's natural to you. And take it one more time. Keep your shoulders lifted, feet go up, hands go behind your head. Now let your head just kind of relax in the hands, but shoulders up. Push the feet forward. Double straight leg stretch. We started with the double leg stretch, then we went to the single leg stretch, and then we went to the single straight leg stretch. Now we're in the double straight leg stretch. Pull, and one more time. Pull, knee comes across into the opposite elbow, lengthen the other leg. Final series of 5 move is the crisscross. Series of 5 is so awesome because it works all the major muscle groups in the abdominals as well as a whole bunch of others. To me, it's always a good challenge. Never gets easy. Take it one more time and reach the arms and legs out. And it's very traditional. Some good deep breaths here as you lengthen. And we'll do a few stretches to finish class today. Take the arms and pull them to your legs, and then pull your knees into your chest. Feeling a little lifting of the hips to stretch through the low back. Take the legs a little longer. Pull the arms around the back of them and pull the hips off the floor with, again, a little more stretch in the low back. Bands are great too because they work a lot of the muscles that are weak, such as the upper back, shoulders. We are so used to pushing our phones and our laptops and our steering wheels and our bicycles. Push the legs into your arms, lift the chest. Lengthen your legs and feel the stretch go across the back of your shoulders. So with the band, we work the back of the shoulders, which are much weaker than the front of the shoulders or the chest, to develop more posture. Bring the knees into the chest, open the arms out to the side. Drop the knees one direction and feel the full stretch through the arm, shoulder, spine, hip, leg. We want to hold our stretches for at least 20 seconds. And sometimes it's good to move the stretches, sometimes it's good to hold them. Extend your leg and slide the hand underneath. This is one where I kind of like to move it, find the tight spots. We did a lot of work in the hip. And then bend your knee. Bring the knees up and over to the other side. Feel the stretch go down the front of the shoulder, the chest, the spine and the hip. And then extend that top leg forward, placing the hand underneath it and moving it, pulling it, lifting it, finding the tight spots. And bring the knee in. Bring the feet now and place them against the floor. Very similar stretch, but a little different. Arms go above the head, knees are bent, feet are on floor. This time the knees drop with the feet on the floor. The opposite leg, the one that's on top, pushes knee to the front. Thigh gets longer, hip socket gets a little more stretch, all the way up the side of the body into that arm that's on top, on that side. And bring the knees back up to the middle. Let the knees fall the opposite way. Keep the feet against the floor. Push that top knee forward. Thigh gets longer, hip socket gets a little longer, stretches through the side of the body. Now reach the arm above your head even longer. Now to transition, come up into a seated position and bring your feet in front of you. In a butterfly position, open the knees and release the head forward and the back. Then lift up, reach up above your head, lengthen the hamstring, and reach forward. Lift back up. Find just a comfortable position with your legs. Interlock your hands, knuckles forward, palms together. Drop the head in between as you stretch the upper back, right across the back of your shoulders and up the back of the neck. And swing your arms to one direction, a little more stretch through that shoulder. Swing the arms to the opposite direction. Lift the arms all the way up and stretch into a side stretch, bringing the arm down. Lift all the way up and over to the other side. Come back to the middle, comfortable legs, hands to the back of the head, just a gentle push. Release the head up. Take a big deep breath in. Bring your hands into heart. Exhale. Thanks for joining me in Pilates today with the resistance bands. Have a wonderful day.